Hello, everybody. This is Matryoshka from DeSo, and today I have a very special guest with me. It's Ado. Ado, would you like to introduce yourself and actually to pronounce your name first, because your name apparently is hard to pronounce. At least for me, it was then Tyne, who we spent a lot of time learning on the whole platform how to pronounce it. So,
Sure. Let me do that. So first of all, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. You pronounced my name as Edo, and the full name is Edo Kufut.
and what is the meaning of your last name? You shared it with me earlier, so I think it's worthy information to share with people.
It's the Dutch word for crowbar. So for the non-native English speakers, that's the big thing, the big iron thing, and you can use it if you need to move something or if you need to crush something. You use it and open it.
Yes, so you better don't mess with Ado, or he will use his
Correct.
crowbar skills
Or
on
if,
you.
or when you want to organize some movement in a project, create some momentum, use a crowbar.
Yes, and that's a beautiful analogy if you want to use something to grow your project. And you have an amazing project, and let me show your account to the people who are watching. So this is Ado's account on Diamond app, and he has been on the platform for 264 days. So he's a very OG person by all standards and means. So can you tell me a little more about your DeSo Social World project? Because that's one of the things that you're doing, and that is absolutely amazing. And I would like people to know more about this.
Yeah, sure. So a little bit of history. It started out with in the BitCloud days, so to say. So I started a project called BitCloud Nederland because I'm from the Netherlands. Nederland means Netherlands in English. And basically, I'm pretty sure I was the first node to create a, let's say, translated site. And also a site with a feed of only Dutch messages. And that was really nice. It worked. It grew some attention. But then the split came of BitCloud and DeSo, right? The blockchain and the front end apps. So I realized that sooner or later BitCloud will go away. So I needed to rebrand, and that became desocial.nl. But while building that, and by the way, that site and that community is still alive, so that's good. But I realized, also having worked internationally for many years, that it's not always easy for non-native English speakers to join something in English.
Yes,
and the mechanisms
that's very true. Yes.
So I kept connecting to people from Russia, from Italy, from Asia, they wanted to use it, but for them it's like really difficult. And if you're a native English speaker, that's hard to realize.
Yeah.
But it actually is the case. And I once made a post, right, where I had the translated version of DeSo Japanese, and it looked like all these characters, right? You cannot make sense of it as an English speaker. And I was posting like, okay, imagine you heard about this great platform, you're willing to use it as an English speaker, but you only see Japanese. Would you be inclined to start using it?
Well, even if you were, you wouldn't be able to, because how would you?
Correct. So what the social world is all about is about lowering the barrier for the non-English speakers to start joining DeSo. And so some of the features we are now having on the site already is language feed. So a language feed is a feed that takes all the messages in a certain language, whether it's Italian or Chinese or Japanese. It's getting them out of the DeSo blockchain. So it doesn't matter on which node that message is posted. it looks at everything that's in there, and it lists them, so people can see what posts have been made in their language.
So
and
they
the
only see the
interesting thing,
content that they can actually read and understand and interact with.
correct. But not only that, because in the feed you can also see whether you already are following that person, yes or no.
I see.
And if you're not, you can choose to connect. So it's a very easy way also to find people that speak your language.
Yes. That is so sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and so that helps, that also stimulates for the people to start posting in their native language. And if you, on the site, if you go there, and maybe you can even do that during this interview, we also have included the ranking of the posts. So you see what country is doing really good. And then you still see the Netherlands in second place. They were leading it for quite a bit. And why is that? Because I started my story about BitCloud Nederland and DeSo now. So that was already there, and the people were already being able to connect there. And the Dutch, they were encouraged to start posting in their native language. And
I'm not sure if it was my connection that was breaking up or yours.
For DeSo.
Okay, now you're back on. Sorry,
sure.
Can you repeat the last sentence, please?
So I was talking about the Dutch. They are ranking pretty high with all-time posts in Dutch, because they were able to find one another, and that encouraged them to start posting in their language. That's the user element. I think from the business perspective of DeSo as a whole, there's social media markets, right? So recently we translated the site in Indonesian, for example. There's more than 270 million Indonesians. Out of them, it's about 150 plus million that are actually using social media. If they
Which is a huge amount of people potentially joining the platform, yes.
Even if only 1% would join, because DeSo is available in their language, that's encouraging them. And I think that's also what Nader picked up upon. Recently he posted about the social world, because he visited the site and he saw the Chinese feed.
Yes.
And the number of Chinese posts. So then he realized, hey, the Chinese are actually using DeSo, right?
Yes.
So compare that to Facebook in the early days. It's opening markets if you allow and make DeSo accessible on a language level.
And I think this is so amazing that you're doing this, because I have a good friend who speaks very few words in English, very basic words. And I don't speak enough Spanish to communicate with her freely about crypto and blockchain, because those are not the terms that I know how to say in Spanish. And I wanted her to be able to join, but the same thing, when you go to Diamond app, to the login thing, you could only see instructions in English. So it makes it impossible for people. And not everybody is as tech savvy as being able to use like Google Translate to easily translate images and other things, because it's you need to learn how to do all of those things. So being somebody who creates the place and the space for people that can join and see in their native tongues is absolutely amazing. And I know that you have been working on translation with a lot of teams and with different languages, and it's just been incredible seeing you create this. And I'm so excited to see how much wider and richer the reach of DeSo will be becoming because of that. So do you estimate how many Dutch people would you say we have on the platform who are posting in Dutch language?
So really active users, it's about 20 to 50, I would say. But in terms of dormant users, that probably will come back. There's like a few hundred. There's ways in which we could check that, because they were following us, or we started following them, or they've made a single post in Dutch. And what happened there, actually, there was a Dutch community who found out about BitCloud at the time, and they started joining. And basically what they did, they were bringing their community on board DeSo. And I think that's going to happen quite a bit more from a language perspective, but also from a functional perspective, that there's communities existing already outside of DeSo, and they bring their community onto DeSo. And it's like an opposite way.
It's so interesting that you mentioned this, because I remember at the same time that we had Russian clubhouse rooms where people were onboarding more Russian people, there were Dutch clubhouse room happening at the same time. And I remember like people onboarding also their fellow members. And to me, it was so fascinating, because I'm like, there is a room of people speaking the language that I understand 0 words out of, other than kufut, which is a crowbar now. That's one word that I learned in your language today. Thank you. But that it's amazing. And 22 to 50 active daily users is a huge amount. We only have like 300 to 400 really active daily users. So to see such a big amount of Dutch population in there is fascinating. And I'm so looking forward to seeing and meeting at the global event that we are planning, that actually we will hopefully get to meet some of those people, at least, who will want to join live and interact a little bit. That would be amazing. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
And Ido, thank you so much for helping with agreeing to organize that. I'm really appreciate it. It's amazing having you with us doing that. Thank you. And I would also like you to please, if you can tell us a little bit about the contest that you and Anastasia are doing.
Yeah, so that's actually something that's running right today. So Anastasia is I think she's 20-year-old creator from the Ukraine. She already has a big following on especially TikTok. It's close to 2 million people, and on IG she's also she's pretty big, and she's doing all kinds of arts. And I came across her profile, and she has these really beautiful things she creates. There you see them. So she's doing paintings on wood, and she's also making drawings that are looking really live, so to say. So here you're now about to, if you can hold there for a second, this is what the game is about. So she's made this. 4 out of these 5 pictures are true orange parts, but one of them is a drawing. And the contest is about, okay, which one out of the 5 is the drawing? So maybe you can take a guess by yourself. Which one do you think it is?
I'm looking at it right now, and it's incredibly hard to say, actually, because it's amazing. Okay. I'm between 1 and 5. So okay. I think it's 1, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, many people say 1. There's also quite a bunch of people who say 4 as an example. So tomorrow we're going to reveal the true number, and we're going to show a video which will make very clear which one is the drawing and which one are the real parts. So that's going to be really nice, and you can see that there's a lot of interaction. So that's nice. That's another thing I really like about DeSo. It's a collaboration we're doing. So it's good for us because it creates a lot of visibility for the social world, but also it makes her visible, and people will probably start following her. They've seen her work, they may buy her coin. So that's really nice.
While you were talking about this, I finally was able to log into the social world from the computer. I had technical troubles earlier for unknown reason. And I was showing the different language feed on the side where you can see how many posts are in which language. And Spanish is the one that is the leading right now. I chose Russian, and unfortunately it's taking quite some time to load right now. But we can go back and see some other some other things on it. If it will cooperate, which I guess Mercury is still in the retrograde, so that was it for now. For the sorry for the demonstration of that. I will have to have you back, and we will do a proper introduction to the website and different features that you
Sure.
have, because I'm looking forward to sharing more of that as well. And thank you so much for coming in here. And I'm curious now if I'm right about the oranges, and if number one is that I think might be painting or not. So I'm going to go and participate in that right after this. And
very good. You're very welcome.
I'm so looking forward to seeing you at the yearly event and to meeting the community that you helped brought here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, and love to talk about the project again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next time. Have a good day. Everybody else who's watching, subscribe and click the link in the bio if you want, in the description of the channel, if you want to get your referral link and join us on diamondapp.com or thesocialworld.com. We're looking forward to meeting you there, and you will see our profile links there as well, so you can give us a follow. Thank you and have a good day.